Hi Sagittarius. Welcome to your July 2020 reading. First of all, if you are watching this and you're like, oh, that's so great, Betsy's back on YouTube. I've always been here. So that means that you need to check your notifications. If that means you have to unsubscribe and then resubscribe to the channel, so be it. Okay. Because I've had a lot of people say that they haven't gotten notifications or they thought that I wasn't even on YouTube anymore. And I've been here every single month. So here we are. Even when I was sick, I was still here. Okay. Sagittarius. So all of this stuff that's going on in Capricorn, the lunar eclipse that's happening tonight, I'm doing this on July 4th, doing your reading on, ooh, look at that, and Capricorn popped out. So all of this stuff that's happening in Capricorn and Saturn moving back into Capricorn means that your second house is still being emphasized. And what is the second house is, yeah, it's about career, it's about finances, it's about making money, it's about the material things in life, but it's also about your self-worth and how you truly define yourself. And with all of this stuff that's going on, sure, when Saturn was in Sagittarius, that was really rough for you guys. And you probably saw a lot of things about yourself that you had to change and allow yourself to push forward from that change. Saturn moved into Capricorn in December of 2017. So I'd really like for you guys to look back at that time in your life and ask yourself what was going on during that time. I did a very similar thing in my life the day that Saturn actually moved into Capricorn. When I looked back at the exact day, which was December 19th, 2017, that was the day that I left my apartment behind and just traveled for a year and allowed myself to really expand my horizons, and my life hasn't been the same since then. So I really want you to take a moment and allow yourself to see how not just the world around you, because that, yes, that matters with the second house transits that are happening. Like, how has everything changed and how does everything what else needs to change? With Pluto and Jupiter conjunct during this lunar eclipse, eclipses are about removing things from your life that are no longer serving you. So what is it about your self-worth? And I feel like those are questions. What is it about the stability that you ultimately have for yourself? And are you giving that power away to somebody else, or are you claiming it? You see what I'm saying? So we have the Four of Wands. And then we have the Three of Swords. Deep breath, Sag. This is going to be a good one. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So that earth sign is still around, whether it's one earth sign, whether it's a couple earth signs. It doesn't feel like this person values you. I feel like there was this dream at one time with that Four of Wands that you really wanted something to happen with it. And I think that you held on to that for quite some time. And the Three of Swords for me feels like it's your healing. I feel like some of you are sort of healing from a broken home also, or a feeling like a brokenness that you have with this earth sign, whether the earth sign is still in your life or not. If they're still in your life, then I feel like you're healing together. If they're not in your life anymore, I feel like you individually are healing from this. So we have the Sun, we have the Devil, and we have the Chariot. So Saturn's energy definitely showing up here with the Devil. That's Capricorn energy. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. It could also be a Virgo or a Taurus. We also have Leo and Cancer energy here too. So you could be dealing with a Leo or a Cancer with Earth in their chart. Could go any way, right? But more than anything, the Sun, the Devil, and the Chariot being on the bottom here and sort of amplifying what I said about the necessary structure changes and allowing yourself to really step into your full power and get going on your journey. This is about your journey. This isn't about grabbing onto another energy in order to distract you or in order to heal you. This is about you moving forward, knowing who you truly are. And maybe it's moving forward with the earth sign. Maybe it's moving forward with the Leo, or maybe it's moving forward with the Cancer. But the Sun is the best card you can get in a reading. And allowing yourself to say, okay, I'm going to leave behind this stuff that was really, really hurting me, and detaching, right? Mastering that detachment from the journey that you've been on and the people that you've surrounded yourself with, mastering that detachment and allowing yourself to step fully into that light. Man. It feels good though. Today's energy might be a little bit draining. You might get super emotional. You might have some things from your childhood come up. You might have some things from friendships, from relationships, from past situations that you've really had to remove yourself from and move on. The Page of Swords on the Four of Wands. You know, for me, the Page of Swords is about being honest. And whether that's being honest with somebody in your house, or whether that's being honest with yourself about accepting what makes you stable and what makes you unstable, right? I feel like there's this time for you to get really honest with yourself about your environment and allowing yourself to be in a space that is healing for you. And if you are in a space that's healing for you, then you need to be comforted in that as well. I do think some of you have to make a decision about your home, and because I feel like some of you are actually moving, like physically allowing yourself, like physically moving away or physically going somewhere else. The Two of Wands on the Three of Swords makes me feel like this is a really hard decision for you to make. Really hard decision for you to make. And for some of you, it's about breaking ties. And for some of you, it's about just like kind of a fear of what's next, of what's to come. So, but this is part of that healing process, I think, for you guys. I think that all of this energy that is amplifying what you need for you and your self-worth, I think all of this energy that's amplifying that is allowing you the space to heal. And it's real. Sometimes we have to make those hard decisions. Being in the light and being all that love and light stuff, that doesn't just happen. We have to go to the depths and the darkest places that we can, and you have to do it in your own way. Okay, so this could really be a Leo energy with Earth. I also sort of feel like this Earth sign might be kind of a guardian angel for some of you, or like the strength that you're holding on to, which is something else. Like when we get into mastering detachment and allowing ourselves to release expectations of how other people show up for you. If you have mastered that kind of detachment and you've said, you know, I know that people are in my life for a reason, and allowing yourself to just be in that reason and not expect any more from them, and they still show up for you, that's kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? It's like and I know the Sagittarius energy, like some people can really, really latch on to a Sagittarius energy and just love it so much. And some people have a hard time dealing with Sagittarius energy because we really, and I say we because I'm a Sagittarius moon, so I get it. Like my emotions are that of Sagittarians. We're flighty, and we're not flighty because we want to be flighty. We're flighty because we're always searching to learn more. We're always wanting to do more and gain more knowledge and be more innovative and do all the ninth house Jupiterian things, right? Like we want to be the biggest and the best versions that we can be. And sometimes people don't understand what that big energy entails and oh, it's so fun to be around a Sagittarius. And then you get around us and it's like, oh, damn, let me get back from the fire a little bit. That's crazy. I'm not saying that Sagittarians are crazy. Maybe, maybe not. But when we do find particular people in our lives that feel like home, we will keep them there. We won't be wishy-washy with that kind of energy. And so I feel like through all of these decisions that you're making, you kind of have an ally here. Now, if this is that Leo energy that I was talking about, where you probably have to end a relationship with a Leo energy, there is definitely some kind of push forward with that, whether things are happening within your own existence where you're actually having to remove yourself from that Leo energy, or they're having to remove themselves from you. It's like the universe is almost supporting the energy for that to happen. Oh yes, there are definite endings here, but with these endings there's so much healing behind it. So we have the Ten of Swords and the World on the Sun. So there is definitely some cycle that you're having to close. And whether that cycle means that whether that is about closing out the cycle with where you're living, whether it's closing out the cycle with certain people in your life or situations in your life. The Ten of Swords can sometimes, again, be really, really painful, especially with the Three of Swords up here. I feel like some of you are healing from a really, really deep betrayal or a feeling of deep betrayal, but you have to come to the end of that cycle. Like there's no more, the longer you hold on to that betrayal and the longer you feel that resentment and that pain and that anger from whatever the earth sign or the Leo or the Cancer, whoever it was, right? Could even be a Libra at this point. But however long you hold on to that betrayal, the longer it's going to be for you to feel better about and just be happy. Like it's time for Sagittarius to be happy. And you have to be able to give yourself permission to do that. I wish that I could just be like, snap my fingers and everything just works out for you guys. Or everything just kind of falls into line the way that it's supposed to and everybody is happy. Like I wish that that's something that I could do for you. And the beautiful part of that is you can snap your fingers and do it for yourself. And just say, I'm releasing this. I'm releasing this. With the lunar eclipse energy, release all of those things about yourself that whether somebody fed you lies telling you that you weren't good enough or made you feel like you weren't good enough. It's about detaching from that outcome, and it's about releasing the expectations, right? This karmic stuff that's happening, whether it's in relationships or whether it's with your environment or material, your surroundings or your environment, all of this is meant to help you balance out. I also do feel like there are some karmic lessons that might be coming up with the Libra energy too. And it's about, I really feel like that Libra energy you're leaving in the past. You're accepting it for what it is and moving on. And that's really big of you. Really, really big of you. Okay, the journey forward. Let's look at this Chariot. The journey for you guys, it's never really easy for a Sagittarius' journey because you are so aware and you are so in tune with everything and the way life is created and the way life moves. All of us move simultaneous through it. Oof, yes. And so I love that these cards came out. On the Chariot, journeying forward and moving into your own personal abundance. Damn. Nine of Cups, the Empress, and the Ten of Cups. So again, there's this Taurus, Venetian, Empress, Taurus, Libra energy that's there. That could be you, or that could be somebody else in your life that you are manifesting. You could be manifesting your own goddess qualities. But it's really, really true, and it's something that we're going to be doing in the Shadow Work Workshop series that I'm actually starting with membership. So if you are a member, real quick, if you are a member, you get a $100 discount off of the Shadow Work series, which is a huge discount. And you get that by becoming a member. And to become a member, you can click the join button below, or you can go to Patreon, which is in the description box, to do that as well. There's so many perks to being a member. I'm not going to push it on you guys. I'm just like, we would love to have you there. We're on Discord almost every day, chatting it up. We were talking about building a spiritual center this morning. Like, yeah, doing all sorts of things over there in the memberships. And we do weekly meditations for the top tier and mid-month love reading. So there's a lot of stuff to get. Anyway, sorry. Short commercial break. Sorry. I love the membership. I think that everybody should be a part of it. That resonates with what you hear, because it's just so much fun. Everybody's so wonderful. Anyways, so the Nine of Cups, the Empress, and the Ten of Cups. The journey that you're taking is into this Ten of Cups world. And even if right now it sort of just feels like a far off dream for you, that's the energy that you're putting into. You're putting your energy into this dream of yours that you have. Maybe it's the spiritual center with Betsy, because that's what my dream is. So we have the Six of Pentacles. There's that earth energy again. The Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords and the Ace of Swords. And then here we go with your guys' energy, Temperance, and then we have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. I think it's kind of interesting that you guys came out with the Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords, because ultimately you can be the one that tells yourself, you can be the one that says, this is not what I want. This is not what I'm looking for. This is not what I want to do. You can lie to yourself and tell yourself that you're not even good enough if you want to. But I think that creating yourself from a place of learning that self-worth, learning the lessons that all of this Capricorn energy is bringing you for that self-worth, and accepting that you do get to be joyful and happy. Like, that is a birthright, that you were born with the birthright to be joyful and happy. And unfortunately, we're just reprogrammed as we get older that happiness has to look a certain way. And so allowing yourself to say, my happiness doesn't look like anybody else's happiness, and detaching yourself from that and growing your own empire and being your own empress, and, you know, putting the energy into the people that give back to you. That Six of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles, you have to ask yourself, are you giving your energy to people, places, and things that are no longer serving you? Or are you giving your energy to people, places, and things that give back to you and help you flourish? That's a big deal. Asking those questions, you see? So, we talked about the memberships. I do have some personal readings available for July. If you would like to get in, that information is on my website, fearlessintuition.net. Just click book a reading. They are on sale right now. The readings are on sale right now. And once this sale is over, I probably won't do another sale until like around my birthday, which is the end of August. So if you want to wait until then, you can. But I love you guys, and I hope that you're doing well. And please take really good care of yourselves, especially with this lunar eclipse energy. It can get pretty heavy. Have a wonderful July. I'll see you later.